Hello, friends. Today we'll discuss about inclusive education and meaning historical development and its benefits. So, as we know that there was a time when children with any exceptionality or any deviations from normals lying in them were thought as a matter of great concern, fear, and an anxiety for the rest of the normal population. Therefore, for the time immemorial, the exceptional, whether genius or creative, mentally, physically, or sensory, disabled, were forced to suffer from isolation or segregation from the mainstream of the society. As history reveals, these exceptions were uh, subject to intimidation, harassment, and isolation in a variety of ways. So, the journey of seeking their welfare has witnessed three types of milestone uh, in the same in the name of segregation, integration, or mainstreaming, and then inclusion. The journey of inclusion uh, को अगर हम देखें तो it travel from the three phases. First is segregation. First phase is that is the phase of segregation. Then second is institutionalization, that is we can call integration or mainstreaming. And then after integration we come on we can say inclusion. So let us see what these are and how these were adopted and employed for the upkeep and welfare of children with special need, including disabled. So, my dear friends, we can say that the segregation and its functionality. If we discuss this approach is governed by an age-old notion that exceptional children are nowhere the normal children, and they need to be segregated and isolated from the mainstream of society. So there lies a potential danger of keeping them with normal children. If they will be placed with the normal, they will spoil or influence the behavior of student, those who are normals. And so we can say that they such attitude and feeling about exceptionals, especially for the physically and mentally handicapped, gave birth to have separate provision for the caring, living, and education of exceptional in the form of separate schools and institution. So we can witness the presence of such segregation in the form of separate residential or day school established in the country. So there are schools and institutions for gifted, bright, visually handicapped, deaf and dumb, mentally retarded, socially and deviant and delinquents. Delinquents students. So this question arises how for the idea of segregation is able to provide a proper provision or location for the caring, adjustment, and education of the exceptional children. So let us think over these alternative options, and the children may be exceptional, or we can say uh, one or the other ground. The categories of exceptionality thus may be quite large in number of we need to establishing separate institutions or schools for each category of the exceptional children. Moreover, the proportion or we can say percentage available in each category of the exceptional children may vary in a typical manner, and we may need a large number of schools for one and a very few for the other. For taking estimate in planning and running of the institution by taking into account the presence of exceptional children in a huge country like ours is not a joke, and it is almost an impossible task for catering to the needs of all types of exceptional children by adopting the philosophy of segregation. When we are unable to provide schooling for the children belonging to each and every corner of the country in a normalized way, then how can it be thought to establish special schools for each category of exceptional children? It makes us a point to think over their adjustment and education in the normal setup of schooling in one or other ways. In case we try to have good efforts and establish a sizable number of special institutions or schools for some challenging categories of exceptional children, then how can we guarantee to provide them the needed opportunity that is equal and justified for their adjustment and future living in the society to which they belong? So, moreover, the idea and provision in terms of avoiding with the philosophy of separation and segregation, whether through special school or special classes, actually try to breed discrimination and differentiation among the exceptional and non-exceptional children of some society, same society, country, or humanity at large. So we can say that it is against the law of nature, which is kind enough to propagate equal opportunities for all to grow and develop without any differentiation and discrimination. And the democratic system all over the world are also equally wedded to the principle of providing equal opportunities to learn and grow to all its members without any sort of discriminations. So consequently, our country, wedded to democracy and equality, can't afford to adopt the philosophy of separation and segregation for education and welfare of youngsters. Thank you.